Why, man? There's so much damage. What are you doing there, spider? Jeez. So yeah, I mean, you basically, you can warp yourself ahead and only defeat 3 total castles, but you need to warp, you know?
That's still too many.
Yeah, it's 2. Wow, that's a big guy. Oh, he poisons you even when you're blocking.
Contact poison. I must have had a critical in there because my guy said stay down. I'm out of pots.
Just like in signs, keep swinging, man.
Swing away. Ah. And keep on, like you said, it's not all about quests. Sometimes it's just stuff that the game has you do that you're just like, fucking why?
And in hindsight, yeah, it's problematic that you have to risk yourself so much. Just saving the princess is worth your time because you're a lonely plumber, and think of the money and riches that you can get from it. Not even the fact that she might like you. Just think of the riches. That's. Look at these boots. They're better than what I got. My Uggs.
Look at these boots.
I'm selling my Uggs, man. I picked it up, apparently.
You did.
But I like the protection one more. Like, I don't need this one. What? It gives me 5 mana? That's not useful.
Well, yeah.
That's not useful at all, man.
Mechanics.
Yeah.
There might be a hidden mechanic of something else that it does.
Yeah, I'm not waiting around for that. So yeah, it's useless. I mean, you have so much to gain by saving the princess. Ooh, a ring of protection +3.
Don't you already have that?
I don't know, man. Help you. 2.
2. And a 1. You have a 1 and a 2.
Sell.
Yeah, a ring of protection +3, please.
Yes. Damn it!
That is not it.
Oh, ooh, intellect 2. Fuck. Really? Because there's more spots in this game. We can go deeper. All right. God damn it. All right. And I got a Constitution ring I bought. God damn, it's stupid. Everything's stupid.
Oh, I already have the 3s. I didn't need to buy those.
Oh, okay. We don't take inventory of what we do all the time. All right. Okay. Ooh, sell. I need to sell these. That. And that.
So my number 1. Yeah. And keep in mind that I've been pretty good about giving a walkthrough of each one up to now, right?
Yeah.
How to do it, where to go, and granted, a lot of them have been pretty convoluted, but my number 1 is from Oblivion, and I love the game Oblivion. I thought it was great. I know Dave happens to think that it's one of the best test games out there.
It's my favorite Elder Scrolls one because it has a lot of Morrowind, but it also has a lot of Skyrim. And if you mix those two, I think that's how you get the best one. Also, I find Oblivion, as I've stated before, and I'll state it again because repetitiveness is important in content. Oblivion's end, the climactic end to Oblivion, is by far more interesting than the previous, like the other two. Skyrim's ending, I played, for years, I played all the side quests.
And we'll forget about the quest, Help for Bruna.
Like, Skyrim is awesome all the way through, and then when you reach the end of the game, it's just like, oh, this is it? Well, I beat this easily. That's fine.
And I'm going to point out that what I just mentioned, the Help for Bruna, not my number 1. That is not my most hated quest in Oblivion. This is a quest that I've never done. I didn't even know this fucking quest existed until I saw a video of somebody trying to do it, and this looked like the most fucking infuriating thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm so happy I've never made it to the ability to do it. It is, if you get your speechcraft high enough and you're level 70, you can go into the temple to talk to the master of speechcraft to become a master of speechcraft. But first, you have to speak to all the beggars of Cyrodiil. You did not mishear me. Every last fucking one of them.
All of them.
If you think that killing 200 pigeons is crazy, there is no quest markers. There is no walkthrough. There is no counter. There is no way to tell how many of these you've talked to already, or if you've talked to the same one multiple times. You may think you've hit them all.
You've just gotta trust your instincts, man.
You may think you have hit them all, but not.
Gotta
Therefore,
smell
you
them
have
all.
to start fucking over, because what else would you do? Try to figure out which one of the repetitive character models you missed? Like, there is no way. And I would hope to the gods that there is a Steam achievement for completing it.
10 points, man. I don't know if I want to put anything in anything. Nope, saving my 10 points.
Yeah, so my notes on this is talk to all the beggars, Oblivion. There is no walkthrough. Yes, it is what it seems. There is not a quest marker. There is no counter, and there are no resources to help you find them. Good luck! Best quest ever. I mean, that just sounds fucking terrible. And it's not like you needed to complete the game or anything. You're not a drunken master who's a beggar too. At that point, you're fucking rich as shit because you literally talk your way out of any situation. Dave, go ahead.
All right. This is gonna require you. What's your? You've mentioned it. Like, if it's not your top, we're gonna get. If you don't say it on the first one, we're gonna have to get you down the second one. What's your least favorite story thing? Where like, you think the laziest way to like advance a story or to present a conflict in a story? What would be
the laziest way to prevent a
well, the laziest
present
the laziest strategy in like creative writing, like in story wise. What do you think is the? You've mentioned it before.
aliens?
Well, no.
That's the one that I always find the laziest. Is just when it's like, it's aliens or it's all a dream.
All right,
those,
that's it.
Those are the two.
That's
and
it. The dream.
There's a story here for me about the aliens because I remember watching many shows when I was a kid, and it would be like it's aliens, and I'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then when I was in high school and not creative writing in normal English, and we had to come up with a storyline for something, and 3 people in the group as a conclusion was like aliens. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? That is so lazy. Like it's yes, it's advanced technology from aliens. It's like no, there has to be a better way, guys. But no, when it jovially drink potions.
Look out.
But yes, dream sequences. I mean, isn't there a Mario game where it's all a dream? Mario
Super
2?
Mario 2 is pointless. The whole game is pointless. It's all a dream. There's no need to play the game. The game is pointless. And the whole thing, everything you do, it doesn't matter what you do, every single world, every single action,
Dave,
it's all pointless.
that's not a quest.
It's number one. The whole game, every quest in the game is pointless. I put like thousands of things at my number one. It's pointless. Because obviously in real life, Peach gets stolen. Obviously in real life, she's not a hero. Because, she doesn't really fly in real life, as a matter of fact.
But in that, I mean, that became canon.
Yeah, it did. A lot of shit became canon in that particular.
Like, in the Super Smash Bros. Games, which she is present, she flies.
And she does fly. But what's weird is, like, what became canon was just a dream. So is it real?
Well, he obviously that's based in reality. It's kind of like if you see a blue shoe. The color blue is still real. Regardless of whether it's in the dream. I only dealt 35 damage to that fucker. Ouch.
I like it when he realizes you're a threat and I can just burn him in his butt. Just like this. It's good.
Now you're the threat. Oh, that took away a lot of your health.
He died a lot quicker before. That's troubling.
He's dead. I only have 7,000 gold because I bought 2 pointless rings.
That was a lot of money to spend on those things.
So, Dave, going back to the a previous conversation, would you be game for every once in a while, maybe once or twice a month on a Saturday, to have a GM an Iron Gods campaign with Kevin as a player instead of a GM?
It's possible.
Where I could like put him in his place. Sharon would be the other player again, and Alex would probably be the fourth.
Well, Alex is a big incentive for that. I like that.
Right.
I'll give you a soft yes on that because I like to have variety, but like if it's not every weekend, I can handle things because like this particular weekend, it's one of my talking points, one of my fun ones, not a boon or a bane. But I finally got to hang out with Josh. He had his second kid. So
right.
I went to Josh's.
What's its name?
I don't know. She's suspicious of everything.
Her name?
Yeah, she has I think it's like Guinevere.
It's Guinevere. Yes.
There we are.
They have Guinevere and Gideon.
Gideon Dura, but he dies in War of the Spark. Spoiler.
I mean, he doesn't really die.
He does die. Well,
he's alive in my heart.
He dies if I don't believe it.
And on the battlefield, because every fucking game that I play against a guy with a white deck, Gideon fucking Jura is in it.
Yeah,
and it's annoying.
I don't believe in an afterlife. Theros isn't a real world. So,
dude, there's a gate.
He's gone forever.
And a dragon.
But yeah, I got to play Magic with him. We played some games. My rat deck got blown out by a neat thing he just created in the first game. The second game, I had 3 Lilianas out.
Why didn't?
3.
Wait, I'm a little upset here.
3 Lilianas.
Yeah, but I'm a little upset.
Why are you upset?
Well, why would I be upset if you played Magic with Josh?
What, did you weren't involved?
Yeah, why didn't you invite me?
I thought about it, but I felt bad because it was raining and it was bad weather, and I didn't know. I didn't.
Oh wow, we were going super slow. Sorry.
I legitimately should have done it, but yeah, I was just like, the drive was terrible for me, and I lived close to him.
Apparently, my very high-tech computer is having a hard time with this game. Right. Literally, my computer is running with a 260 chip video or 260 video card, and it's having a hard time with this game from 1983.
That's an exaggeration. Yeah, 25. Fireball's a terrible spell. Why'd I spend experience on this, man?
Well, it's like it's D6 is based on level, right?
My super slow fireballs.
Oh, God, this is...
Hey, but aiming is just a joy. Because I'm just like... I missed him.
I agree. Like, the aiming is much better when it's this slow. Why is he shooting rocks from his breath weapon?
Well, he just sat on me.
I mean, everybody likes a dragon sitting on their face.
All right.
10 more minutes, Dave. We'll give it 10 minutes. Oh, jeez. Well, and if anybody on Twitch or on YouTube has a least favorite quest or quest type. Now, quite frankly, when I was looking, the least favorite quest type that I saw was, and it's one of my least favorites as well, is quests where you have to escort somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Escort quest? Oh.
That is my least favorite version of quests, for sure.
But I've never had a problem with them unless the person just is really slow. Oh, wow. He actually bounced me so I couldn't move.
Oh, okay. Here we go, man.
Yeah.
Video games are nice because they give you second chances.
Yeah, unlike that cheating whore. Dave, look out! Should I reload again?
All right. Note to self: I'm not going to get underneath him when he's jumping.
Yeah, he's pretty. I'm sure he's heavy.
I'm sure we can get him if you just hit him with arrows and I hit him with the occasional fireball. It's fine. Or I could magic missile him to death.
Magic missile. Yeah, I thought people might be a little upset with me with some of my choices because of how highly I tote both Dragon Age, Oblivion. Well, essentially, I took quests out of my favorite games that are trash.
Yeah.
So I figured some people might be like, but Jonathan or JQ, you really like those games. It's like, yes, but just because I really like a game doesn't mean that I necessarily like every single 100% aspect of a game, right? Like,
not.
there's going to be things that I don't like about them. Some of the exploits in games I don't care for. One of my favorite exploits, I never put on my helmet. That's an issue. Like my favorite exploit right now is in Borderlands 3, where if you and get this, Dave, new game, right? You think they'd patch this out? If rubbing hands together, you get the relic that makes it so that when you hit 50% health, not shield, health, you become invulnerable for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Invulnerable. You have 5 seconds where nothing can affect you. And you put a relic on the ground and you stand on a fire barrel and you get yourself to 50% health. You will become invulnerable for 5 seconds. But since that thing is on the ground, you can hold the button, which I believe is square on the Xbox controller, and it will swap whatever's on the ground with whatever you have in place, thus making that permanent. So you will become permanently invulnerable. You would think that they would patch that out of a new game, right?
You'd figure.
A game that made literally God mode whenever you want it, just by finding a relic. And keep in mind that persists not until you exit the game, but until you exit past the start menu. You have to exit all the way out.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus.
But Gearbox and 2K,
Ow.
I love you dudes.
Ow.
You guys are my dudes.
Ow.
And I hope that you keep that in there. Because some of the things that you've done in the third game are so fucking RNG, like Diablo 2, hardest level, high level RNG, that it's ridiculous, and you need that to continue.
Jeez. He was very accurate with those goddamn boulders.
Because if you get an anointed with a
All right, let's save.
with a rocket launcher,
Yeah.
if you don't have God mode on, that is a one-hit TKO for you. You get hit once, you're dead. And because it's anointed, they go fucking fast as shit.
It's like the golden gun, man.
Yeah.
Odd job with a golden gun in your face.
And I've seen forums where they're like, hey, can we like make it so anointed don't have RPGs? And in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? If you really need to get that past that point, just have 2 relics. The one that you want to use, and that fucking one that makes you invulnerable for 5 seconds. Find a fucking burning barrel, because they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And they're just going invulnerable. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Hey, there's that portal we need. Hey, there's that dragon that's in our way.
Can we just like run through the portal? Like, do we actually need to kill the dragon?
We do, because...
The game.
Yep.
Oh yeah, honorable mention, this moment in this game. I could literally run past the dragon through the gate, but no.
Yeah.
Must kill dragon.
I found out about something in Diablo 2. I feel like my best... Well, that's a lot of... Look at all my sperm. Ow. What the fuck? Where are those coming? Are those coming from his mouth?
Yeah, they come from his breath weapon. But once you hit from one, you can't avoid the rest. Well, I'm colded for a long time here.
But I realized that I think the Necromancer... here's a little thing. Like, as hopefully soon, both you and Josh can join me, because Josh has installed the games completely.
Oh, nice.
Now he just needs Path of Diablo.
Which is free.
Yeah, so I told him. He was messing with a Blizzard account. I'm like, fucker.
No, what are you doing? You don't
you
need
don't
that.
have to do that. And he's like, oh, don't I?
No,
Like,
no.
because he told me at the end of the night, so he's like, I don't want to start up my computer because it's going to take me a while. I'm like, that's fine. But, like, next time I'm over, let's not even bother with Blizzard. Let's just get you Path of Diablo. Come on.
Yeah.
So, basically, what I have found is the the immunity that happens the least often is magic. Physical happens often. Fire's all over the place. Cold's all over the place. Lightning a little less than those two. But magic, right now I have a really, like, basically it does 1600, my bone spear.
Okay.
My fire golem's great. My fire golem doesn't get killed by shit. But my bone spear does that, and I can repeatedly do that because I have insight, obviously.
Right.
So I just spam insight, spam curses. But very, very few things are immune to magic. So if I ever get in a tight spot, I just essentially mow through things, and then I corpse explode. And I think right now, out of all my characters, it's the best. It has the lowest life total, but the Necromancer's the truth, man.
I remember back in the days when the game was current, I used to try to play as that, but it doesn't have the mob ability. You can't mob with it. So I never made it to a high enough level.
Are you talking about with the Bone Spear?
Yeah.
Bone Spear, and like what they did, one of the edits to the Bone Spear skill is if you get over 100 energy, which does actually hurt you adding vitality. But if you get over 100 energy, you get 2 additional spears.
Okay.
And the spears actually are consolidated. Like they'll either come out all in like almost a thick line, or they'll spread out depending on what the mob you're shooting at.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Bone Spirit, the one that traces.
Bone Spirit's fun in the idea that what it can do for you, but Bone Spear's a superior spell in my opinion, because not only does it pierces things, it doesn't stop when it hits an enemy.
Bone Spirit does.
Yeah. So
so Bone Spirit, back when it was current, was the best boss killer. And that's what I was trying to make it to, was the fact that I could use that. And good. Oh, that dragon was actually what was slowing us down. Literally, that's it.
Wait, you're not going to drop anything, asshole? Is this even an adventure RPG? You're not dropping shit? You're supposed to have like a wallet on you. We need to get your social, security card and all that kind of stuff so we can like exploit you later.
So melee attack plus 1 damage, dexterity, armor class, ranged attack. What is ranged? What's attack in this game? Because I've never seen anything miss unless they have like something crazy going on.
I don't know. I feel attacked every second I play this game. So. It's
like I feel as if like strength is going to be the most OP thing in the game based on raw, because no matter what I do, I'm going to get 1 damage on it, right?
Yeah,
a spell, a ranged attack, or melee.
My favorite's wisdom, because I can't get enough experience.
And that's I put 1 in there just to make it an even 14, but eventually you're going to hit level 20, and then all that wisdom does nothing for you.
I thought about that, yeah.
I would say that's probably going to be the best one long term. Flaming Arrow, I mean, it's only 35 to 49. The Shock Arrow, I mean, it's already there, right? Like 35, 49. I mean, Shock Arrows.
Well, based on how lightning is represented in RPGs and other sort of fantasy games, lightning tends to have a low low but a high high. That has a medium low and a high high.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Now, this is what's interesting, because you have, like, I can, like, the chance. I can make it have a better chance.
Yeah.
All right, so now I have 1 in 4 of my shots will critically hit.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So I think that's probably the way to go at this point, because I do spend a lot of time,
Gonna
normal.
need that for the gauntlet, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, chest. Multiple chests.
That weren't here before. These chests must be really good, because it's...
Triple chest. They actually held us back quite a bit. That was some 4 chests.
5 chests. 5 down here. Come on. 5 chests. No. Nope. No 5.
I don't
chests.
regret getting magic missile. It's pretty, man. Oh no, I'm too weak. It's fine. Teleportation gate.
Oh yes, this.
Yes.
I'm just gonna skip that because I don't feel like getting an aneurysm. All right.
New place.
Want to take 5 and since we're right here,
Well, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I gotta piss. That's all it is.
I had to piss from the beginning.
I told you to piss before we started.
I mean, I didn't want to cross streams, so I just.
I have 3 bathrooms.
Yeah, but I only use the one. Only when I house sit do I use the other ones. Just to be like, oh hey.
We'll be back in 5, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep, you know us.
Snapchat.
Enjoy the chair stream. Was that KBS stream you did?
What?
What's the percentage on that KBS?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
12.2.
Oh, that's not good. That's 27.
I was actually looking for it. I'm like, isn't there official text on here that says it? No.
There are still many leagues to go.
Our foes are gathering strength while we wait here. Let's move on.
There are still many leagues to go. There's nothing to be gained by standing here. Let's move on.
Get out of there. Go. Go. Yeah, see, this is the set that I got today.
Okay.
It's $35. Sells for 71.
Now, Josh actually, he thanked me a few times because I bought him that Commander pre-con.
Oh yeah.
And he went to, more things we'll talk about. He went to Friday Night Magic a couple nights ago and he's like, wow, I'm really outclassed here. So he decided not to play. He just kind of observed and hung out.
Because he went to an F&M?
Yeah. Just for the, he was right by his place, so he's like, he just went there. And he's been itching to play Magic. He was so thankful. He really whooped my ass in the first one. I really kicked his ass in the second one. Then the third game was competitive.
That does happen when there's only two of you.
In hindsight, I should have said
Yeah,
something.
that would have, maybe a third person would have been nice, Dave.
Hey, listen.
Maybe a third person.
I would have.
Listen.
I would have preferred you been there.
I
And here-
mean,
How about this? The next time that Josh invites me over, the only person really I'll be texting is you. I'd like to play with Alex, and as a matter of fact, I do have an idea for content.
Okay.
Like, I have an idea for
I have an idea for content too.
a Magic Commander thing, like a nicely edited one. And I know that Alex doesn't want to have his face out there.
Right.
So I say we give him a ski mask, and he can play a villain the whole time. Where he's just,
Well, I understand.
and give him an alias.
But it's funny because on TikTok, I see teachers all the time. There was this one. It's funny. There was this one super attractive little brunette teacher who's on there, and she's in her classroom,
Yeah.
and she's doing this dancey thing that's like, no, it's you, no, it's you go like this.
She doing like a Fortnite dance?
No, it's not a Fortnite dance, but it's the same dance they always do.
Yeah.
And there's this text going, and she gets mistaken for a student all the time. And then she's like, "But I love my job." And it's like, all right, cool.
I can do Snowblind now without any worries, man.
Well, more undead. But as far as I know, they all keep their jobs, so I'm not sure what Alex's big thing
He's
is.
being careful. I get it. He's just being careful. Like in that type of role, I think really it's just maybe think about the person that you'd want to be when you're with your friends, and then you think about the people that the standard they hold you to if you're around your friends and around parents and stuff.
Well, see, I understand that.
Because he's a funny guy, and some of the things he says are really fun, but he wouldn't say in the classroom.
Right, and that's the thing. With the Magic thing might be slightly different, but with the TikTok ideas I had, it wouldn't matter.
Well, those it would.
Because
You're right, yeah.
it's only 15 to 30 seconds. 30 seconds is most. You have to have a contract with them for that. But for the most part, you don't say anything, so it's not a big deal.
And also, yeah, based on what you told me, it wouldn't be.
Because I wouldn't do anything too racy.
Yeah,
I do have a
exactly.
religious nonprofit to think of. By the way, Thief Gaming Works is a religious nonprofit. You guys can send your donations to me through the PayPal account listed below.
I'm a level 3 in this religion.
It's actually a non-religious. Yeah, just don't worry about what he just said.
I'm here to confuse. Seriously, I was scared when I started getting mail from Scientology after we went in there acting like we were interested. Oh, jeez. It made me feel uncomfortable when they were sending me stuff. I was like, what did I just do, man?
I use it to start fires.
Super slow motion,
Yeah,
0 miles per hour. It is definitely. This is totally an awesome emulator, and it has no problems.
Yeah, it's obviously something to do with the hardware acceleration. But, I mean, there's nothing I can really fix about it, so... I can't hit that guy in the ground.
Shit. Is she saying I shoot ya with an accent? Do you want this healing potion?
No, I'm full health.
You'll drink it eventually. Speaking of emulators, I got myself a Sega Genesis one finally. Oh,
Oh, nice.
feels good. I got all my Sonic games. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to have me race you at, the original Sonic.
Oh, well, at some point.
I can never beat that fucking...
Well, the original Sonic, I can't say I'm good at the original Sonic. If we're doing Like Sonic 3 with Knuckles, good luck. Because I rake with Knuckles in 2 and 3. But Sonic 1, that's a game I don't think I've ever beaten Sonic 1.
It's because I have a hard time getting past that water zone.
Random room of things. There's a fish on a chair. What is that?
So it's past 5 o'clock. We took our pee break. It's time for Boons and Banes, where we talk about some local or national news, and we essentially take a side on it, whether we boon them, a good thing, or we bane them, a bad thing.
And often, in these streams and this stuff, content for me revolves around about video games, unless I absolutely need to explore something that is not video games.
Like women.
In this particular one, this is all. It's not video games, but it's games in general. And zeros. Come on! I thought I was past this. What is going on? Oh.
But Dave, they're undead. They're immune to cold effects.
So annoyed right now.
You need to stop being annoyed.
That is so obnoxious. I put points in the snowblind because I want to freeze things. This is easy difficulty. How come I get zeros?
Because it's uneven.
Oh. I'm so glad I have money to distract me from the rage I feel right now. 49 grand is great. So anyway, yeah, mine revolve around games. Not so much video games, although there's a variant that video games are involved loosely. For me, they're involved because of my relationship to it. But you may start if you want with a boon or a bane.
So my bane this week is for Founders Brewing Company, who Dave is so generously drinking.
Not anymore. I'm doing Busch Light, man.
He was drinking earlier. And it's unfortunate that they had made national news for. They made national news for. If you're familiar with Founders, you probably like their beer because they do have some very good beers.
What's Grand Rapids referred to as?
Beer City, USA.
Okay, yes, because there's a East Michigan, which has Detroit as its
epicenter.
Its epicenter, its city, and then Grand Rapids is more of the West Michigan.
That is true.
So that's what we refer to. Grand Rapids is, I think it might be the second most populated city in Michigan.
I'd say Lansing probably is, but I know. Well, it depends what you want to determine as Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids itself, Grand Rapids proper, only has about 100,000 people in it. Grand Rapids Greater, going all the way up to Rockford and all the way down to Caledonia, and then as far east as Ada, and as far west as I can't remember what the far west is. Coopersville, I think it is. That has like 1.2 million people, but obviously I just listed a bunch of different cities.
Well,
so
consider this. I live up on Alpine currently, and I actually am in almost like in a tri-city area. But what ends up happening is my address is Grand Rapids, and I like to get to the downtown Grand Rapids. It's about like a 2 or 3 minute drive.
Right.
But I'm still considered Grand Rapids, so it's encompassing that area. And so if it stretches that far, I think there's a middle ground. Because you did the extreme, which I've often wondered that too. Like if you're factoring in like the outer skirts of like Wyoming and stuff. But
right, like I said, it depends how far. Like Grand Rapids proper only has like 120,000 people.
Because at the moment, Detroit's under 1 million. They've been under 1 million for a while. But yeah.
Oh.
Hey, would you never guess on lizard people ice works?
Cold-blooded.
Yep. Cold-blooded.
Check it and see. Got a temperature of whatever it is.
50 grand.
But over in Detroit, in their tap room in Detroit, there was allegations, apparently somewhat founded, of racist behavior where there was a manager who is black who just so happens to had to have used a different printer. I don't know why that was the segregation line. Who racial remarks was made against. I mean, there was a bunch of kind of crazy stuff that went along with it. And I'm going to point out that on a forum, I said, when a local news article was printed about it, that I'm not going to be purchasing any Founders beer until this is resolved the right way. And I was, by a couple of people, attacked verbally on, well, not verbally, but like in print on this. One guy said that I probably prefer fruity beers akin to wine.
What? Well, how's that an insult, though?
I don't know.
Like,
But-
it's like, hey, you like to drink other things than I like to drink, therefore you are lesser. I don't understand.
Yeah, and said that my generation has never known hardship, despite the fact that we
What?
were. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that he came at me about that I was essentially was like, well, first off, none of that stuff actually matters. But the primary point of my statement was that the Founders' major clientele is millennials,
Yes,
and
yeah, 100%.
primarily the hipster side of millennials.
100%, yeah.
And hipster millennials, and in my words, totally, in my words, the literal meaning of total, meaning the sum of all parts, look at whether a company is racist before we purchase from them. So not just the corporate environment, but whether their stores also adhere to that. And this particular person made fun of me for using the word totally. And keep in mind that a bunch of other people were like, you're completely misunderstanding what he's saying to this guy. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy was then trolled 30-something plus posts.
Of course.
And, for the most part,
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
we can't recall because we haven't made it to camp yet.
Oh,
We have to
so
find the lizard dude, and then we can talk to him. He's like, no,
I ran out
attacks.
of potions, though, man. You gotta lead us to the way here.
Okay.
Okay, I got this.
And to me, because he did ask one legitimate question of me, and that was, what is the right way? To which I said, you offer an official apology. You then show a plan of action of how to correct this and reinstate that person in their full capacity if they would like it. Pretty simple, right? Apologize, show that it won't happen again, make it right. This is simple steps if you think about it, right? Like things that we were taught when we were kids.
Of course, yeah.
And instead, Founders closed their Detroit tap room.
You just
So
closed it.
just closed it. Yep. So Bane to Founders for not knowing what 5-year-olds know about how to offer an apology. I'm also out of pots, by the way.
We'll get there.
Oh, arrows. I will pick up.
Yeah, there's blue potions over here. No red ones. Hey,
Oh, that will help.
safe.
So that is my big Bane. We don't have a place to
I
report.
hate it so much.
Do you want to spend those points since we're safe? for a second?
No, actually, I'm choosing that
Ah,
too.
but I need a drink. The guy who played Napoleon Dynamite just said, gosh. So I need to drink.
It's all right. I'm blocking. Everything's fine.
He's
Hey, little guys. Look
he's
at the
coming
little
at you, but I can't shoot him on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
42. That was wasted on that guy. Holy shit. I mean, hooray for me and my.
Oh, that might kill me.
Yeah, this is where we can use teamwork. If it's one-on-one, we can take him out, no problem. Okay, boom. Blocking.
Come on.
I mean, you get the kills, I get the gold. Everything's great there. Oh, that's no good. Well, there you go. Wow, I died very fast. Holy shit.
I just traded him for 35. See, the good news, though, is that there's a save point right back here, so I can just bring you back.
Yeah, that's a good point. And when you're right, you're right. Here I am.
So that is my big boon for the week.
You mean Bane?
Big bane, yeah. Big bane
Yeah,
for the
don't
week.
be booning that.
Yeah, I don't wanna boon
I mean,
it,
you
no.
could if you wanted to.
No, I'm not Trump.
It's a free country, man.
There's great people on either side of the argument. They were okay for... Oh, there he
Okay.
is. Yes. Oh.
Peace. Show no weapons. I have no wish to fight you. I am called
He's kind of cute.
I place the wall of vines upon the snaking trail of mud to herd you here to this island.
Oh, I guess it's me, eh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm not good at role playing.
No. I'm trying to think. Should I go straight Sean Connery, or should I be like more marbly mouth Scotch? Should I be like, you speak common?
I like that, and we're gonna go as you speak common. We're gonna be condescending initially.
You speak common.
No and yes. The words you hear, the words I speak, they are not the same.
What?
The serpents in the marsh, the Sketka, that when you squeeze from them their venom, weave it into your magics. All you speak is understood by all who hear you. It is a half magic, but of great use. So I have placed it upon you.
Okay.
The cries of the monsters of the marsh, the words of others of my people, both will have sense to your ears.
You have gone through some effort to speak with me. What do you want?
I have brought you here to ask why you have come to our lands. The Onyx Tower, is it your god?
No. What is this tower you speak of?
The Onyx Tower, whose surface glitters like oil.
Very expressive.
It arrives in our homeland quick, sudden, and stabs into the heart of the marsh like a poison spear.
How do you know what oil and water looks like?
All the tribes have raised their spears to it. Their hissing has become low and weak. That a sneeze. The tower has devoured the hearts of my people. None except Slavos.
You say this tower came to the marsh? How?
I do not know. Darkness falls and rises.
He's speaking xenophobic.
Like a weapon dropped on a field of battle. Tower smells of fire pits and cities, things not of the marsh. Not even moonlight will touch it. For the tower drinks its light. It is a black kiss, a serpent's bite on the land.
So this just appeared one day. What lies in this tower?
Within the tower is a spider of doors, bones, death. The spider wears the snake skin of a female, a human.
Human.
She has great power and terrible anger.
Ooh.
Yet she is bones and hate only,
Bones and hate.
with no blood.
No blood.
body.
No blood.
She rolls from the marsh after time beneath its waters.
Just so we're clear, she's death incarnate, so she has a killer rack and an awesome bone structure. What does she want with your people?
She gives them weapons of metal, so they may take cities for her. Now my people slay trees, build great wooden machines that throw spears and rock, make mud roads to Onyx Door and Marsh, the one you walked through when you came here. She leads them to war, one they cannot win.
So expressive.
Blood of my people, turn the tribes into a feast for the vultures.
How come you don't serve the tower?
It's a good question, Sean Connery.